Smartlands, first worldwide platform for agricultural assets tokenization.
Hey everybody, in this video we're taking a look at Smartlands. Smartlands is a project that's still being developed. In a lot of these videos we look at things that are available and that are working and we use them, but we're going to go through as much as we can use on Smartlands. So Smartlands is a concept of a security token which works as a DAO. So it's a decentralized autonomous organization in which everyone who owns the token can vote on what real estate investments are made, and then those real estate investments are made obviously off-chain, and then the dividends paid back to all the token holders. Let's take a look at Smartlands.
All right, here we are at smartlands.io. Smartlands is a security token that's currently one of the top traded security tokens on the Stellar blockchain. So let's take a look on their website. Now, the key here is usually we'll review products that actually are available. This product is actually the security itself. And so here's what they're using. The token holders basically get equity stakes in real estate manufacturing, mostly real estate, right? That's why it's called Smartlands. Now, they allow businesses to come on and try to issue their tokens. And this is kind of the prospectus that you get on investment. So this is located in the United Kingdom. One feedback that I have here from working kind of on decentralized real estate tokenization is that it would really be helpful if they actually had maybe the city or other information about where in the United Kingdom it was. They talk about collateralized assets, etc. So what I'd like to show here is, okay, so they have this. They said this one's located somewhere in Spain. I think it could add a lot of legitimacy to the project to actually show where they are. Now, I imagine what they're saying here is that they're going to actually go out and get these. But one thing about real estate investing is that this is going to be a cherry orchard acquisition of a cherry orchard, a poorly managed one, and I guess they're going to fix it. And so kind of maybe talking about places that they might be going. So it's kind of early, but let's actually take a look at a different project that has been proven. That's not on the blockchain, but this is kind of what I'm used to seeing, right? I actually do buy a little bit of real estate assets on Fundrise, which usually you'll see, even if it's in development, you'll be able to view details, and you can get an idea. So this one was completed already. So, but they'll talk about kind of what the structure is. This is debt, and usually they'll even say what kind of debt it is. So yeah, preferred equity, senior debt, right? They'll talk about who the other investors are, because usually in big projects like this, you have many different kind of people doing a variety of things. So it would be nice to see the capital stack that they have, as well as other information. So I think that Smartlands, if they were able to kind of add this kind of thing, so you can see this is apartment renovation. So this is kind of what they're talking about. They're going to renovate something, and they give it they have a rating here, and you can see what goes into those ratings. So more of a detailed look, right? I think for investors, this is really important information for people. So I'm kind of wondering, all the people who are investing in a lot of these different this particular security token, what they're actually looking at and why they're trading it. But it is traded about half of, so back to Smartlands, it is traded $500,000 per day. And one of the cool things is, so here's my Stellar. So this is a decentralized exchange, StellarX. I'm actually a fan of the StellarX platform. StellarX is decentralized exchange, has a really wonderful UI, and so I just bought one Smartland token so I bought one of these, and yeah, it's tradable here, and has about a $20 million market cap. So my feedback or my view on this project is I'm glad to see equity tokens make their way onto the blockchain. I think a lot can be done in the space to kind of give them, instead of this feel where everything's kind of vague, and I think investors outside of blockchain would be kind of really skeptical of this. And to maybe adopt what I would say is a more mature look at the capital stack, at the risk levels that are involved, etc. So I think that would be really useful for improving Smartlands.
Is it like a dashboard, something that maybe we could drill in deeper?
No.
Okay.
It's just kind of, and I think the reason is because they're setting this up. Like it's the fund that's being set up. They're giving you an idea of they're going to go into fintech payment processing. They're going to invest in that. They're going to invest in art. They're going to invest in all this stuff.
Okay.
And the community.
So it's a fund then.
It's a fund.
Do they have a prospectus?
They're going to have a fund
and see what their strategy is.
Yeah, they have like a somewhere they do. I'm sure.
Okay.
It's just not kind of front and center. Like there's
Wait,
no like
can you
perspectives.
scroll down for me?
Yeah, sure.
It looks like there's some sort of dashboard up there. Is that?
Oh yeah, so the wallet, right?
Okay, so it's a wallet.
Oh yeah, no. So their wallet is interesting. It kind of just integrates with Stellar. It's basically just it's Stellar, and it's this. So you can see the market, just like you can see over here on the actual Stellar exchange. So Stellar exchange and this is Stellar. Like they have two different kind of things. Like
so I can't view their portfolio. I can't see what.
It doesn't exist yet, but the idea is that it's going to.
Okay.
Ostensibly.
But can I invest into it now?
Yeah, no,
so I can
totally buy
I can invest.
It's a market cap of $20 million.
So I can invest into a fund that I have no idea what's inside of it.
Well,
Israel's inside.
I guess they're thinking of it more like I think they're thinking of it more like it's a venture fund, and it's like almost investing in a venture fund. You don't know what the venture capitalists are going to invest in, but you're going to give the VCs money, and then they're going to pick. So that's kind of what this is.
All right. So how do I make money from this thing?
Well, it's based on you're going to get. It gives you. It says down here. 8 to 10% return, and so from what I understand, and then after they get they get 10 properties, they're going to issue an index fund, which seems to be kind of separate from it. Yeah.
So they're going to release a second fund,
and I guess they're fully owned. I think that's the other thing that I have. It's like it doesn't show like how much debt they're taking on for this. I guess, but as we know from doing like real estate tokenization, real estate deals are very complex beasts, right?
Yeah,
there's a lot of things that build into them. It's like not like
development funds. There's all sorts of
it's not like you're So there are always a lot of people involved with these things. So,
is there any sort of reason why within like segmentation of different industries, it's also segmented based off of country? So is it easier than to do private share indexes in Norway than it is somewhere else? Then is there a reason why it's location based?
They say they kind of go in here and kind of talk about it. And I think this is an image exchange, and like you can't copy a lot. Yeah, this is complete. Yeah, so this is all an image here.
Okay.
So it can't really. Yeah, but you can read it, and then over here, you can copy. But yeah, that's the thing. I think what would improve this is for them to give more details. But what surprises me a bit is just how much trade volume. I mean, $500 million a day in trade volume is not that high, but the fact that it's valued at $20 million.
Right.
And the fact that, and so there are people who do believe in this. That's what's really interesting. And I think this is a step in the right direction, but I think if we're going to move into the direction of security tokens, maybe we should be a little bit more, I think, responsible as far as the details that we give. And I think here is a great example. Like, if this was not in the blockchain space, like a regular fund, there would be just so many more requirements, and that's something else. Like usually for a fund, you have to have like this big disclaimer at the bottom.
Right.
I think that would add.
I would also want to know who at least like the prime managers are. Like, can we see the team?
Yeah, you can see the team.
So we can actually.
And that's the other thing. Like, I think they're hiring and stuff for a variety of things. But one of the things that I noticed is most of the people on the team aren't full time with the team. Like they're also like this guy, the business development director, who's the second person listed. He also runs he's a CEO of a whole different other company.
Okay.
And a lot of these.
So their team is more like advisors.
Yeah, and then the main guy, and they're mostly based in Lithuania.
Okay.
But I think even in Lithuania, there's probably regulations that require you to like disclose investment risk. And like I said, I think that would just really help them a little bit more. And then as well as that, and I've looked at what the community's been saying, and they're just really happy. You hear a lot of like moon, we're going to the moon. It's going to be huge. And I think to actually get there, what will be really interesting is to treat this a little bit more like like a fund that's not just on the blockchain. Because essentially, if it's a security token, it's just a security, just tradable on the blockchain.
Right,
Yeah.
That's just the.
So that's what I'd like to see here. But that's Smartlands.
So if I have a piece of property, how do I tell them about it?
Oh yeah, so yeah, you can click for business.
Okay.
And you apply.
Huh.
Say they want you to have this information, and then you download the application form, and then you click submit application. It just opens up an email.
Cool.
And then you just submit the form to them. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so people, I think, yeah, it's. I think one of the things is for businesses it's this call for asset tokenization projects on Smartlands. I think kind of giving them. I don't think this is going to sell people on it. The right people, the people that you would want, like established, institutions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that this. I think providing more information. What's the benefit? Right, we've dealt with that, right? Like, what's the benefit for me tokenizing?
Right.
There's a lot of legal areas. Them talking about the legal areas, and that's not really covered here. It's just like, here's how you apply. But it's not, But then you want it, and if you're going to go security token, you want to go with well put together.
I want what's the governance structure? How do I participate as a token holder? Yeah. All that stuff. Like, if you're going to call yourself a security token,
so they have ways to. I think that would be my pieces of feedback. That's Smartlands.
Yeah,
and I bought one token. So I bought
one of their holders.
I wouldn't
full disclosure.
I wouldn't go that. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. I just I like Stellar a lot. So I bought.
So you bought it so you could use the.
It's $3. Yeah, just so I can use Stellar.
Okay,
Stellar.
right,
Yeah, but I'm not against the platform. I just think to put more into it,
there
was just a lot more information that I would need. And I think that there's a lot of speculation on the coin itself, but I think for that to really win, they really need to, And I think that's what we need in this space. We need someone to actually have it. If there's so much information, let's say they got through all the regulatory stuff, and people would ask a lot of questions about that. That should be front and center. Like, how are they regulated? It doesn't say where they're domiciled anywhere. At the bottom it doesn't say that. Maybe somewhere else it does. Contact just takes to the thing. So them not even saying where they're based, I think is really, I think that's important to tell people where you're based and how you're regulated, and who you're regulated by, if you're financial. I think for security tokens, this is kind of, it worries me a bit because I think the space could do great things with this, but, we need more information. So that's Smartlands.
Cool.
Step in the right direction-ish, if we could just get more data and more information on regulation and things like that.
Yeah. All right, so
cool.
Incomplete at this point. Got it.
But they're raising a lot of money.